Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Ready.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 31, Minshew. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping. Danger running with it and picking up a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
40%. Get ready. You got nothing. Check 31. Check 31. Check 24. Check 24.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
He's crossing. He's checking.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
43's the mic, boy. 43. This is it. Check 43.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Forced out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you push yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, then a 2 on 3rd down, you're a little off balance.
And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They run with Breida. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jake Ryan leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. They'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice gain. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. He'll look to throw, looking for the end zone. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Fournette, first down, still going. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Newton. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Let's go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
After the sack on first down, Newton. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Newton. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Going deep here for Parker. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Newton, eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Newton. The open man is Westbrook. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Newton throwing again. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing them under a heavy rush. rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Kill.
20.
Switch.
8.
Newton looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He's going to look deep down the field, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go. 10-2, sir. 44. Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, seam 6.
2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletion sets. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, as time expires in the first half, and the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Parker the intended target, and it's third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put the foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
36 yards on the play. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
And on first and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and dropped. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss.
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now it's Newton. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Newton now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's Newton. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 60 yards. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
He's coming. We got first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13.
Fournette, a first down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Dolphins 28,
Right there to 3.
Jaguars 7.
Watch the pass.
I get it.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Newton now to throw.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, it's Newton. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
No, check that.
Throwing again. Newton. And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton. Frank Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Mike spoke. I got him. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Dolphins. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton now to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop. Under crunch.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Fresno.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Park. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 64 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Jaguars on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 20! And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Newton. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. The shotgun snap for Newton. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember.
And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Newton to throw. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you, punk. Right now. We don't get to that. Mike over there. I'm on.
Operating from the gun. Newton, flushed, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, Newton escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. Now, I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Miami, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another.
Up this magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been up his magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had had to watch for the jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me When up in this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'm a man.